In small towns, people believe that nothing stays hidden for long, but sometimes the truth is buried in plain sight. When a man was found dead in a quiet Ohio park, local police believed the case was simple and quickly moved on. But what they didn't know was that one tiny detail, something almost invisible, would unravel a much darker story. This is a case where assumptions nearly buried the truth, until the FBI stepped in and saw what everyone else missed. The first call came in just after sunrise on a quiet Tuesday morning in the small town of Briarwood, Ohio. A jogger had discovered a body near the edge of a wooded park, less than a mile from a neat row of suburban homes. At first glance, it looked like a tragic but straightforward case. The victim, a middle-aged man named Thomas Keller, appeared to have died during a mugging gone wrong. His wallet was missing, his phone was gone, and there were no witnesses. Local police moved quickly. The area was taped off, photographs were taken, and the coroner made a preliminary assessment. Cause of death? Blunt force trauma. Time of death? Late night or early morning. Officers canvassed nearby houses, but no one reported hearing anything unusual. With no obvious suspects and no immediate leads, the department quietly labeled it a robbery homicide and shifted focus to known offenders in the area. But something didn't sit right. Detective Aaron Mills, a veteran with nearly 20 years on the force, stood over the crime scene long after everyone else had left. He couldn't explain it, but the scene felt too clean, too deliberate. The victim's clothes were rumpled, yet his shoes were still neatly tied. His watch was still on his wrist, an expensive one. If this had been a robbery, why leave behind something so valuable? Mills mentioned his concerns during the briefing, but they were brushed aside. The department was understaffed, overworked, and under pressure to close cases quickly. Sometimes the simplest explanation was the correct one, or so they believed. 3 days later, everything changed. An FBI task force arrived in Briarwood, unannounced. They weren't there because of Thomas Keller alone. Keller's fingerprints had quietly flagged in a federal database, not for criminal activity, but because he had once been a confidential informant in a financial fraud investigation years earlier. The case was officially closed, but the FBI never forgot their assets. Agent Rebecca Sloan led the team. She requested the full case file and began re-examining every detail local police had already dismissed: crime scene photos, autopsy notes, witness statements. And then she noticed it, the one detail everyone else had overlooked: the mud. There was dried mud on Keller's pant cuffs, but none on the ground where his body was found. That meant he had walked somewhere muddy earlier, but hadn't been attacked there. He had been moved. Sloan ordered soil samples analyzed. The mud didn't match the park. It came from a construction site nearly 10 miles away, an abandoned warehouse on the edge of town. When agents searched the location, they found faint drag marks, partially cleaned bloodstains, and a single latex glove tucked behind a rusted barrel. Inside the warehouse, they uncovered surveillance blind spots and signs of recent activity. Someone had planned this carefully. As the FBI dug deeper, Keller's past resurfaced. Though officially retired, he had recently contacted federal authorities again, offering information about a new money laundering operation tied to a regional development project, the same project connected to the abandoned warehouse. Now the motive was clear. Phone records revealed Keller had received a late-night call the evening he died. The number was a burner phone, purchased just days earlier. Traffic cameras placed Keller's car near the warehouse shortly before midnight. He went there willingly and never left alive. The final break came from a detail so small it almost went unnoticed: a partial boot print found near the drag marks. Local police had dismissed it as belonging to a construction worker. The FBI didn't. The tread matched a rare brand issued only to a private security firm hired to guard the development. One name rose to the top: Michael Rourke, head of site security, with a military background and a clean public record. Too clean. When agents brought him in for questioning, Rourke denied everything. But the evidence told another story. Fibers from the latex glove matched gloves found in his truck. Soil from his boots matched the warehouse, and cell tower data placed his burner phone near Keller's last known location. Faced with the truth, Rourke finally broke. Keller had threatened to expose the operation. Rourke was ordered to handle it. What was supposed to be intimidation turned into murder. The staged robbery was meant to mislead investigators, but one small detail made all the difference. Local police missed it. The FBI didn't. Today, the case is taught quietly in federal training sessions as a reminder that no detail is ever too small, and that sometimes justice depends on the things everyone else ignores. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more real-life true crime stories, share it with someone who loves suspense, and drop a comment below telling us what you learned from this story.